Supernatural is a universal language to convey ancient wisdom. Be below as above. I am Dr. Helliday.
That's the New York Times headline that's raising a lot of eyebrows. The cover story analyzed data from the 2010 U.S. Census focusing on men between the age of 25 to 54. It attributes the staggering number of missing to death and incarceration. Their calculations revealed the more than 1 out of every 6 black men who today should be between 25 and 54 years old have, quote, disappeared.
Growing up in almost any community housing people of color is the majority, there's 4 pillars in your neighborhood you get used to seeing: corner stores, liquor stores, churches, and barbershops. But focusing on a ladder, around my way, the most popular barbershop was called, simply enough, Haircuts. It's been there for over 80 years, passed from father to son, boasting 3, 4, sometimes even 5 generations of customers. The owner, Mr. Monroe, comes from a long line of barbers. Under his father, he started cutting hair when he was 16 years old in 1942. He took over the business when his father died. Many young people got their first jobs at his shop, and he never refused service to anyone, even if they couldn't pay. Sadly, this year, Mr. Monroe was killed during a robbery gone bad. He was only days away from his 91st birthday. Mr. Monroe didn't have a living male heir to pass his barbershop to, so it was bought by a new owner, Augustus Perry. His smile seemed more devious than friendly, and he didn't allow people to hang out in his shop anymore. There was something about him that made you uneasy, and with good reason. Mr. Perry had a secret, a dark, twisted, and evil secret. It starts with the fact that Mr. Monroe only had daughters and granddaughters. No one knew that one of his granddaughters had a son she had abandoned at the hospital many years ago. The child was taken in by a middle-class white couple, the Perrys. Virginia, a nurse that worked at the hospital, and her bigoted doctor husband, Dr. Perry. He programmed the young man with his personal belief systems, with rhetoric such as how there are a few bad seeds in the black community that are like cancer, and they contaminate everyone and everything around them. But if those bad seeds were exterminated, black people would thrive and race relations would be better. Augustus grew up believing that. In duality, Virginia would constantly affirm to the young man how he should be proud of and love his black skin and all that looks like him, and the contributions to society that black people have made as his legacy. Augustus grew up believing that too. He wanted to follow in the footsteps of Dr. Perry and was sent to medical school. He was viewed as an extremely gifted and intelligent student doctor, but he engaged in some unethical and bizarre experiments on certain black patients and cadavers, trying to find a cure for what he called the black curse, and he was barred from legally practicing medicine again. For years, he exterminated with no specific method to continue his experiments. A chance meeting with a genealogist led him to discover his biological mother and his family's lineage of barbers. But before he could meet his great-grandfather, he found out he was murdered. This feud his ambitions and confirmed his beliefs about the cancers in the black community. He was still attending barber school when he reopened the shop. He never threw away the hair clippings he cut, because he believed that by examining a person's hair follicles, he could determine if they were of good character, honorable, and worthy to be considered among the ancestry of great black people of this country. If they were, he used his normal blue aftershave, safe, pleasing to the smell. However, if his examination of their hair follicles showed them to be of poor character, distrustful, and violent, he used the red aftershave, a special concoction he created that slowly seeps into their pores all day and at night induces them into sleep paralysis. While in that state, he kidnaps them from their homes and takes them to the basement of the shop that used to be a holding cell 100 years ago. He calls it the Barber's room. There they are dissected, examined, experimented on, and most importantly, never seen around the neighborhood again. By the way, don't forget to subscribe and like.